Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well with sincerity, honesty, and integrity.
My ministers
Brothers who
will
labor in the
also
truth, put their
proceed
life on the
with the
line,
introduction.
especially in these times. Salutations, Salakia. Especially in these times, salutations to you, brothers. You brothers and sisters who believe in this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Let this video play.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services. My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services. My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Right. So to modernize, fit the interaction with public services, right? So this is for fair use for educational purposes, not for monetary gain. It's the Fair Use Act. All right. So let me just grab this. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right. So when we see this whole digital ID, this is something from the head apostles, bishops, and elders on down of Great Millstone, have been, warning and been, prophesying about the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, right? And we'll go grab that. Matter of fact, we'll grab it. We'll grab this first, right? Matthew 24 and verse 24 reads, "For there shall arise false Hamashiachim and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect." All right. Behold, I have told you before, right? See, I have warned you about this ahead of time. If you read that, that's beautiful, right? So it was going things that was gonna come, where where their lying wonders, right? Where they was gonna come, the great signs and wonders, right? And which is part of that lying wonders is their technology, all right, and their technocracy that they're looking to have, with this fourth industrial revolution, right? Where the internet of things, the internet of bodies, we're merging man and machine, right? Completely, right? So they can have full control over you, right? So let's get this, right? Revelation. We're going to continue to talk about this because this is the prophecy that has to pass before the end, right? Revelation 13 and verse 16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads," right? And this is that beast, right? Matter of fact, let's start at 15. "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak," right? So this beast is the NATO in the EU, right? And the whore that sit upon this beast is America, all right? "That image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast," so that system, right? Going back into the ancient Roman Empire, this is Rome 2.0, Rome all over again, right? But the ideology, the system, the ways of, going into that ancient Roman Empire with their philosophies and things of that nature, right? "That as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name," right? So that mark goes into charagma, right? The device, that RFID that's going to be put in you by the way of the Karaks, where you go into the way the device that's going to be used to etching in into your skin, right? To carve you, right? And to also, graph, have those records, graph the system implemented completely in you, right? Right. So you're going to be completely full of the Internet of Bodies, part of the system. All right. You're going to be, what's the word? Yeah, grafted into the system, right? So let me grab this. Let's grab this. So President Trump brought a large delegation of prominent American executives and cabinet officials to China, headlined by Elon Musk, Tesla and SpaceX CEO, Jensen Huang, NVIDIA CEO, who was a surprise addition that boarded the plane during a refueling stop. Official business delegation. Trump was accompanied by 17 major U.S. chief executives from tech, finance, and industry, including Tim Cook, Apple, Larry Fink, BlackRock, Stephen Schwartzman, Blackstone, Jane Fresser, Citi, Kelly Ortberg, Boeing, representatives from Meta, GE, Aerospace, Goldman Sachs, Visa, MasterCard, Cargill, Micron, Qualcomm, Coherent, and Illumina. All right, Illumina. Yep. So, he's to see how the tech leaders were touted at the opening of the high stakes meetings between the two superpowers, right? But you see how they brought these technocrats with them in the financial, because again, you're not gonna they're gonna look to build that, go into that fourth industrial revolution, right? When they talk about it over there in the World Economic Forum over there in Davos, how that's what they're headed towards, man, and that's their goal, right? Is to have everything smart, have 15-minute cities, have it where you can't, they control every, your carbon footprint, everything is going to be monitored, man. Complete surveillance on you, man. Where they can control whether, are you going to be able to buy and sell, like we said, and China already has a social credit score system. They already ahead of the game. All right. And they went over there to see, to see how they doing things. And also, Esau Edom's goal is to be the ones that's going to spearhead the New World Order, right? That's why it says the beast. When you go into the beast, it goes into ancient Roman Empire, which goes into the Edomites, man, ultimately. All right. So, again, the elect is not going to be ignorant from Satan devices, his schemes, right? Matter of fact, let's get that word of 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes, right? So that's what we see, man. We're familiar with his evil schemes because we've been warned, and now we're warning you, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? So we're warning our people. So there's a consequence for taking that mark, right? Let's read it. Revelation 14 and verse 9. It reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, right? NATO and the EU, and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is poured out, right? So, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, right? Let's read that in NLT. It reads, must drink the wine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's anger, it has been poured full strength, right? Without mixture, right? No chaser, right? Full strength into Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's cup of wrath, right? And they will be tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb, right? So they're gonna get the reward of the wicked, right? They're gonna die, especially here in America, man. You see? So, this is this is what's slated for America, man. And they're looking to have it where everyone receive this mark, man. Rich, poor, free, bond, small, great. All right. And Lord willing, we endure to the end, and we don't bow down to the image of Baal. We don't bow down. The Lord put in our spirit to stand firmly for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, right? In the Lord's name, right? And Lord willing, man, we're part of that number, but we're here to warn you, right? Let's get this real quick. Ezekiel 3:16, it reads, and it came to pass at the verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear my word. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. Right. So we're giving you that warning because we've been commanded to do so. Right. And we're prophesying the downfall of Babylon, man, aka America, man, and the ushering our King Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So, it's good news for the elect and bad news for everyone else, man. All right. And we pray we're part of that elect, man, because ultimately, you don't want to receive the reward of the wicked, man. You don't want to be destroyed here with the so-called white man, his wickedness, man. All right. So with that, man, continue to, keep your eye, keep your eye out, be on this, keep your head on the swivel. All right. Constantly be circumspect, right? Watch and pray, and pray that the Lord find you worthy in the days that you visit this place, man. Through the spirit and power, y'all.